Yo, what's up, Cynical? I did a I did a vertical earlier, and I'm like, let me go live on this shit for a little bit. I'm saying I think somebody's gonna go live in a little while, like probably in an hour, maybe. But I'm like, fuck it, let me go live for a little bit, talk a little bit of shit. Ain't nobody else on. That's just crazy. I would think, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, where's the entertainment at? I know this, you know, who knows who's in the bushes? I see there's 4 people in this motherfucker. You hit the like button. Go get a troll account and you come in with a different name, you know what I'm saying? So you can chill in the chat respectfully. Now, I think somebody is going to go live, though. I ain't going to front. I think I seen a short earlier. Somebody saying they're going to go live talking about the whole dirty sector shit. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But I figure I'm going to go live on this account for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? See what happens. It's warm out. You know what? That's what it is. It's warm outside. It's warm outside. Everybody's outside chilling and shit like that. But it's hot as a motherfucker out there. I've been out there all day type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be out there fucking. It's fucking hot out there. It's hot as a motherfucker out there. So I'm in the house. I'm in the house. You heard? Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. But I feel like I'm so used to it's so warm here all the time that shit is. You know, I understand people in New York and shit like that. They wanna you know what I'm saying? Enjoy the They wanna enjoy the weather and shit like that. But shit, yo, hold on a second. Can you hear me? Yeah, that's a fact. It be hot now, but I be going to the pool and shit like that. The pool and the beach and shit like that. Fuck all that. Bobby Ramos, salute. Appreciate you pulling up. I just shared my shit on my other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody really knows about this one. Salute to Bobby Ramos though. Stay right there, Bobby Ramos. Hold on a second. Got you. When I get it, when you know what I'm saying, when I come to get into my other device and shit like that, I usually set it up to be able to pass wrenches out and shit like that. This a messy channel anyways. You know what I'm saying? Yo, uh, you on my regular Henny 81, like when I was going live on that shit, um, I don't know how many subscribers. I might have had like 300, maybe. I had fucking somebody came in that motherfucking blocked over 100 people. You know what I'm saying? The rent shit is crazy, but they can't block nobody. I think if you got everybody got a rent. You know what I'm saying? I just shared the shit out. You know what I'm saying? Shoot the shit for a little bit. You know, somebody else goes live. I don't have a problem going over there. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy the messy shit, being in the crowd and shit like that. Yo, I'm telling you, cynical. You enjoy your peace and your tranquility. Just stay humble in the chat. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. People will find the craziest shit to talk shit and no problem, Bobby Ramos. People will find the craziest shit to talk shit. Tell her, Bobby Ramos, how that shit goes. That shit is. It's cool when you're a chat person and shit like that, but you fuck around and go live, motherfuckers, it gets a little hectic. I'm wondering where everybody's at. Nobody's outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. I get it though. I'm saying it is beautiful outside. I'm just tired of that shit. Me too. I'm so to mad different shit. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff I could deal with some content, but sometimes they switch it up and they do stuff that I don't really be interested in, and I at least try to go in and say hi so I can engage in their chat and hit the like. You know what I'm saying? Salute them. Then sometimes, you know, if I'm not fucking with it, I just keep it pushing. Shout out to DBN. I was in his shit earlier, but I ain't gonna lie. I get up mad early. Even when I go to sleep mad late, I wake up mad early, so I be tired as hell. Like around now. I'm like, let me go live for a little bit because if I was to lay down and just watch TV, I'd be man down pretty quick. Pretty quick. You know? Um, yeah, I was in DBN shit earlier and I fell asleep for a little while. I did, I fell asleep, and when I woke up, he wasn't even live no more. He had ended that shit like 10, 15 minutes ago and shit like that. I'm like, I wonder what happened. I wonder if shit got crazy in there, you heard? No, Bobby Ramos, of course. Do your thing. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like your AI stuff too. You be posting some fire ass AI shit. And I like your dog. I don't know if that dog is the rescue, but that's a beautiful dog you got. Yeah, but cynical, like if you can get rest, I'm telling you, that's the best. Like I know people that go to sleep at 8, 9 o'clock at night and they'll be able to sleep to 8 o'clock, 8, 9 o'clock the next day. I can't do that shit. If I go to sleep at 2, 2:30 in the morning, I'm still up at I might wake up at 5 o'clock. But for the most part, I'm up at 4, 4:30, or sometime in between. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I can just get a drink of water. No problem, by Ramos. Um, get a drink of water and lay back down. I can't do that shit. I lay down. I close my eyes. It feels like my eyes are blinking and shit like that. Like I can't go back to sleep. I start get on my phone, and then I'd be just chilling. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not about to just lay here for an hour or two and not even sleep or nothing. So I get up and start some coffee, jump in the shower, take the dog out. My routine is I usually get up, take the dog out, and then go to the gym, get home, take a shower, and then go do what I gotta do. You know, and like sometimes I'll be tired. I will be tired sometimes, 8, 9 o'clock, and I'll go to sleep, and I will but for the most part, if I go to sleep 8, 9 o'clock, I wake up sometimes at 3, 3:30 and shit like that. If I'm really tired, I will wake up at 4, 4, but I usually don't sleep many hours. You know what I'm saying? So I try to not really go to sleep too early, so I don't wake. I say about 4, 5 hours, I'm up, ready to go. Killer Blue's a beautiful dog. That's a fact. Blue's a beautiful dog. And like I was saying the other day, I used to ask my neighbor, like, "Yo, why your dog be fucking putting his his fucking beak, his schnauzer, in fucking people's fucking crotches and shit like that?" And a video came up explaining on my YouTube, explaining what they do that. I'm like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying, but yeah, that's dope though that you got that you rest that you know. I be feeling bad as hell. My son got 5 dogs right now. He got his main three. Two of them had puppies. They got rid of a bunch of puppies, but they had 2 puppies that they couldn't get rid of, and they're getting bigger already. And I was just asking him the other day. I'm like, yo, so you're not gonna get rid of them? He said they were still posting them, but at some point, once their dogs get big enough, his girl, his fiance, uh, she's emotionally attached to them. That shit. I was watching a show today, right? I be watching this shit called Scope Outdoors. The couple they met, the girl was from Virginia, the dude is from Alaska. They met, they bought some land in Alaska, and they built a home there. They just had a baby, and they got, they bought animals and shit like that, goats and chickens, and they got chickens, for the meat and shit, and some chickens that they keep so they can for eggs and shit like that. And I was watching one of their episodes and shit like that, and they raise these chickens just to eventually slaughter them. That's the part. That's the living off grid shit. And he was like, some people might think that shit's cruel, but he's like, we cherish that shit. We thank them for, you know, being able to feed us. And I'm like, I couldn't do no shit like that. I remember when I went to Puerto Rico, we lived in Puerto Rico. You get attached to them. And like when we went to Puerto Rico, I wasn't attached to my aunt's chickens and shit like that. But I was a kid and I remember my uncle going out there and I remember snatching one of the chickens by the neck and like twirling that shit mad fast. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, it's for dinner. And I'm like, who's dinner? I'm not eating that shit, man. You just killed the thing. I remember him explaining like, bro, what you do? You go to the store, you go to Kentucky Fried Chicken. What do you think that like this is what we raise them for? And I'm like, nah, y'all out of pocket for that shit. Y'all out of pocket for that shit. But I was watching the show earlier, and you could just tell the girl, her name's Kelly. The girl, you could just tell that the girl is you know, that shit. You know, she was like, it has to be done. I understand it has to be done, but you could tell that. You know what it is to go out there and feed them shits every fucking day and, you know, clean whatever the fuck you gotta clean out and, you know what I'm saying, take care of them shits. And when they're ready to, you know what I'm saying, to harvest, you gotta go and, you know, that shit is sad. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, look at me over here. Like, I changed that shit. Fuck out of here. I don't want to see that shit. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. My sister was the same way with cats, though. I'm not kidding them shits, but, uh, uh, she have 2, 3 cats. The fucking stray cat will come, or she'll see a kitten, and next thing you know, or her kids will come home with fucking, mom, look, I just found 2 kittens. They were just in the middle of nowhere, like baby kittens. And my sister's like, Argenis, I'm not leaving them shits out there, yo. I'm like, I mean, I understand where you come from, but motherfucker, you about to have like 30 cats, man. I said, it's crazy. I said, and you know what's crazy too? I remember vividly too. When I don't know if you ever remember that Hurricane Hugo, like in the 88, 89. I was in Puerto Rico for that. Yo, and I remember like everybody was indoors and shit like that. I remember looking out the over there. They don't got glass windows. They got that like those metal windows. Like you turn the little thing and them shits open up. There's not no glass and shit. And I remember hearing the dogs and seeing the stray dogs running packs down the street. And I used to remember like, damn, I wonder what they fucking eat. Like, who takes care of these motherfuckers and shit like that? Like, that shit used to be sad as shit. Like, like I was seeing, I think I heard somebody saying that it costs like to get a cow and shit like that and slaughter the whole cow and shit like that. It's like 15,000 or some shit like that. But you get fucking meat for mad long. Some people raise them shits for that reason, and I'm like, I don't know if I could do no shit like that. Like I understand some people grew up and they already, you know, they're immune to that shit. They could deal with that shit. But I'm not really into that shit. Like fuck out of here. You fucking out there feeding, taking these things just to kill them shits and I'm not with that. I remember you was telling me that. I remember not too long ago, Mac Mean did a live, and he talked about I don't know if y'all heard of that kid Scar in the Woods. Um, I be watching his shit from here and there. Gigi, salute. Appreciate you pulling through. Um, I remember I seen he the other day he posted he was doing something. Somebody called him and he went to somebody they could hear kittens in the basement. So he crawled under there and he found 3 kittens. He found 3 kittens under there. He took them. I thought he was gonna take them to like a vet or something. And he kept them shit. And I just saw him post some shit the other day. The title said all 3 of them didn't make it. And it showed like the thumbnail had like 3 tombstones in it. Like, you know, AI shit. And I didn't even click on that shit. I'm like, man, this little kid, because he's like a young kid, I guess. He's like in his 20s, I assume. I'm like, man, that shit is crazy. You take them cats and shit, you should have dropped them shits off, man. Like, they were kittens. I don't know if they died. Like I said, I didn't watch the shit, but I'm like, that shit's sad as shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit. I don't. Ever since I was young and my mom's cat pissed in my sneakers, I never really liked cats, respectfully. But not like them, not in the sense to harm them. Like, I would never do no shit like that, but like to have them. I'd rather have a dog than a cat. You know what I'm saying? Some people like to have cats over a dog. But like to harm an animal and shit, I've never been with that shit. Fuck all that. Fucking cat pissed in my brand new Jordans, you heard? Fuck out of here. And it was a boy cat. Yo, when them shit sprayed him, that shit be stank like a motherfucker, you heard? Man, I was devastated. My mom talking about, nah, just watch them shit, you be alright. I thought, shit, yeah. Man, you sitting in class and man, I was mad as hell. I'm like, fuck that cat. That's a fact. That's a fact, though. I ain't lying. Like a male cat sprays. That if you have a cat, you have to get that motherfucker neutered. Cause that motherfucker starts when he gets old enough to start spraying on shit. Yo, that shit stinks. Like that shit smell like almost like a fucking what the fuck do you call that shit a skunk. It's almost like a skunk. Like that shit reeks. I'm not sure if the female cats do smell like that, but I know the boy cats, boy, my one sneaker was fucked up. Nah, it was a gray cat. That motherfucker was a gray cat. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, I'll never, as a grown up, I'll never have a cat. Don't get me wrong. I've been around cats and shit like that, but like I'd rather have a dog. And they say cats are cleaner. They say cats are cleaner. They say cats are cleaner, but I also had an issue with this, right? Unless you get your bedroom door closed, I feel like if a cat gets in a cat litter and he uses the restroom, right? That's a number one or number two, whatever. Then it scrapes that litter shit. Like I understand the first use and shit like that, but some like them shits be full sometimes. And then the cat gets out of there and goes and climbs on your pillow. You're at work. You don't even see the motherfucker climb on your pillow. Sleep on your pillow. Then that motherfucker get down, go sleep on the couch. You get home, jump in the shower. Then you go lay down and then you put your face all over with a cat. You know what I'm saying? Like I always think like that. I'm like, nah, fuck that. Shout out to the cats though, you heard? Sylvester was my man's in them, you heard? As a kid. That's a fact. I fuck with Sylvester. Yeah, but that's just crazy. I was watching that shit and I'm like, man, you imagine that shit spend. Not only that, I understand you getting food out that shit too, but you feeding these chickens and shit like that. You're buying them feed and all that shit. Taking time out your day to take care of them shits, and then man, I'm not with that shit. Like I'd rather just buy that. I don't gotta see none of that shit. That motherfucker's cooked and crunchy and give me your side, give me some ranch and some french fries and we good. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather. No, but this Bobby Ramos, this people though, like I got cousins and shit like that have cats, but they have to keep their bedroom door closed. Like they keep their bedroom door closed so the cats don't go into their bedrooms and shit like that. Not me. I like to have my shit open. You heard? East New York, salute. My dog, he's not even supposed to get on the sofa. He don't get on the bed. That's a fact. He don't get on the bed. But you know, if I'm doing something or I get home and he's laid out on the couch and he sleep, he does got a good bed and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But if he's on the couch and he's sleep and he's comfortable and shit like that, I don't get him down and shit like that. I got other couches. You know what I'm saying? I just wipe that shit down and shit like that. But he don't be tearing shit up. You know what I'm saying? He be sleep good. Bruce. Yeah, that's a fact. Bruce be sleeping, man. I be walking in. I'm like, yo, why this mom? Like OG said. OG said, yo, I like Brewski. He's I like my Brewski. He's like, but yo, he has to like he be fucking spread eagle on the fucking couch, like dead ass on his door on the floor. He'll do that shit. He'll be laying dead on his back, like centered on his back, with his front paws stretched out and his back paws stretched out like spread eagle. I'm like, look at this, like, somebody come look at this little motherfucker. You heard? That's a fact. Yeah, that's another thing. Bobby Ramos. So my cousin Carla from she lives right now. She lives in Colorado. She had a service dog, And the dog, I think I said the story. The dog recently, she had the dog for a long time. The dog recently just passed away. She got two kids, they're little kids, they're toddlers, and they were all devastated. Her, the husband, and the boy and the girl, devastated. So what they did, my other cousin got her a cat. She had somebody was giving them away on Facebook Market. She messaged the dude, but the dude never got back to him. The My cousin Carla and her husband went and they adopted a dog, a pit bull. They went and adopted it. The dog was perfectly fine. It was good with the kids. He was a sweetheart. Well, the dude with the cats ended up messaging my other cousin, and my cousin surprised, my other cousin with a cat. My cousin Carla was okay with it. Cat, cat really just fill up the cat litter, gotta feed them, and then just let it go. Well, when they adopted the dog, they told them, the dog is good with kids and and with people, and you know what I'm saying, like it's not, you don't gotta worry about the dog being aggressive. So they took the dog. Well, my cousin brought the fucking cat over. No, my cousin went over there with her dog. My cousin went over there with her dog to visit first. Boom. She said as soon as she opened the door, her dog got out the car. The dogs just ran to each other and just started fighting. One dog's lip got bit, like it poked a hole through the lip. The other one's head got like the ear, like they fought. All right, bad idea. We can't. The dogs go with kids and with people, but not with other dogs. So my cousin left and took the dog home. Well, my cousin Carla had a baby gate to keep the cat out of the fucking bedroom. The dog was in the bedroom. They was on the bed. The cat jumps over the baby gate and goes into the bedroom. And the dog went and got the cat. It hurt the cat a little bit, like it bit the leg, I guess. Um, but the cat, my cousin Carla tried to like get in between. And them cats are vicious with those nails. The cat fucking scratched my cousin Carla in her eyeball, in her head. Her husband got bit by the dog in the head, like trying to separate the dog from trying to kill the cat. And they felt bad. They're like, yeah, we can't have the dog. You know what I'm saying? We be out in the backyard and shit like that. There's, cats be walking by and they had to get rid of the dog. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. I would have got rid of the cat before the dog, but, you know, I guess my cousin got she's going through some treatment or some shit like that for her eyeball. I said, yo, ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about a bitch? Yo, I remember, cats are vicious with those nails. If I had a cat, two things I would do. I would get that motherfucker neutered if it's a boy, and get them nails fucking plucked. Like I don't know if they could completely remove the nails out of them shits, but those nails be sharp as a motherfucker. Yeah, she got rid of the dog. That's a fact. She only had it for a few days too. I'm like, damn, yo, that's crazy. At least but the bad thing was that my cousin's eyeballs fucked up. Like her eyeballs fucked up. Like the cat, like literally scratched the eyeball. Like you don't poke yourself in the eye by mistake. Just barely touch that motherfucker. And your shit be hurting like a motherfucker. Imagine a cat's nail, how sharp that shit is. I'm surprised it didn't pop her eyeball out. Respectfully, that would have been bad. That would have been real bad. That's crazy to me. As a fact, I just came from outside a little while ago, and it feels nice out there. It's not too like it's not as muggy as it was when the sun was out. But then I come in the house and it's so hot, it's so cool in here. Oh, they had to wear a muzzle. You know, like I was telling West Coast Jess, I remember I bought Bruce out with a regular collar, and he was pulling so hard. I don't care about him pulling; I can hold him, but he was choking himself, like he was starting to cough and shit like that. He would pull himself so hard, like you know what I'm saying. So then they told me to get him a harness. I would get him a harness, but he would still be pulling me. Sometimes I don't. Early in the morning, I don't want him to be fucking pulling me and shit. I have to fucking hold him and shit. So then I seen that you could clip the shit in the front, and I started doing that. But before I did that, when I was looking up, like, how the fuck I stop him from pulling? They sell these muzzle leashes, collars thing, that it goes over their mouth too. So when the dog, they try to pull, it pulls their beak, their whole snout, it pulls it backwards, so it forces them to stop. I guess that's when they got aggressive pulling and shit. I didn't need that. Once I clipped it to the front of his harness, and he tries to run, it pulls his chest to the back. You know what I'm saying? Because the leash is, you know what I'm saying? I'm holding the leash back here, so he's really pulling himself towards me. So I think that shit works wonderful. If you see my videos, you could see like my shorts, you could see that the leash comes from like the front of his chest. If you look at the video, you'll see a clip on the back of his harness, but I don't use that clip. I use the one in the front, so he couldn't. Because if not, if he sees another dog, he'll start pulling me, and I would have to like. Bruce ain't no big ass dog, but he ain't no little fucking chihuahua either. You know what I'm saying? He's the motherfucker that's muscle. You know what I'm saying? And the motherfuckers is like, yo, I sweep every other day. Like, I have to sweep every other day. But I don't know, he's not even a hairy dog like those fucking German Shepherds and shit like that. The German Shepherds, yo, my sister had a white German Shepherd. You even go and anything that you have dark, you're gonna have mad hair on you. Mad hair on you. My dog is not don't even got that much hair on him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not he's mad fluffy and shit like that, man. Every 2 days. Like I swept yesterday afternoon. Tomorrow I gotta sweep again. Cause I'm talking about you be like, damn motherfucker. Oh my God. That's what you got? Pitbull, Chihuahua, and Chow? Yo, East New York. He becomes he gets annoyed if I'm on live, if I'm on my phone, if I'm watching something on TV, if I'm in a chat, whatever I'm doing, and between 9 and 11 in the morning, if I don't let him out, like I let him out during the day and shit like that, early in the morning, but like either 9 or 11, or when I get home in the afternoon around 5 or 6, if I'm making something to eat, whatever I'm doing, he'll push my shoes all the way under the bed. He'll do little bullshit to aggravate the shit out of me. Like he'll pull my pillow off the fucking bed. I'm like, go, and it's because he wants me to fucking take him out for a walk. So he'll start doing bullshit little shit. And I'm like, bro, he'll spill his water. He'll do little dumb shit. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, you want to go for your walk? And I'm telling you, I go to, I walk towards where his harness is, and now he's a good boy. Yo, he's New York. That shit, yo, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'd be like, yo, I shouldn't even take you nowhere for that bullshit. Listen, the pillow shit be the shit that annoys the shit out of me, yo. When I look back and I see the pillow on the floor, I'm like, this little son of a bitch, you little bastard. That's a fact. That's a fact, yo. Listen, if it's not like scorching hot out there, you know what I'm saying? I'll try to just keep going and walking. And just sometimes he be tired like a motherfucker, and I'm like, yeah, but you wanted to come outside, right? And here we are. We outside, nigga. We outside. In September be 2 years. But he just turned two in May. He just turned two in May, but I'll have him 2 years to be September. What is it? What holidays like the beginning of September? Labor Day, Memorial Day, Labor Day, I think. I had a teacup Yorkie poo. I like the Yorkies. I don't know why I like them. I like them. They don't. When you walk them, they don't pull mad hard. You heard? They mad little. You know what I'm saying? They get on the bed. You don't gotta worry that motherfucker taking high. You know what I'm saying? Like these big ass dogs. Like my dog can't get on the bed. I'm telling you, he can't get on the bed. I'm not sleeping uncomfortable, and I'm not dealing with the hair. But I didn't have that issue when I had Miley. Labor Day, yeah, that day. That Labor Day be 2 years that I got him. And yo, right before October that just passed, I got him neutered. I had to get him neutered. But before then, like I was telling you, like he would just he sleeps on his back, like completely on his back. And he would have his manhunt out there. Now when he sleeps on his back, he just, you know, he's missing his balls and shit. And he has this green line. It's a yo, first he salute. He has a tattoo down there, right next to his sack, where his sack was. That's the I forgot what they call it, but it's instead of getting like a certificate or something, saying that your dog got neutered, it's a tattoo. You know, the marking of his neutering and shit like that. That's a fact. But they are some people right. And shout out to the people that can't, you know what I'm saying, that have dogs and love them and keep them outside or don't really they feed them and they make sure that they're good to go. You know what I'm saying, and have their shit. But at least Bruce, like he has a fucking personality. You know what I'm saying, like. He don't want to just sleep all day. He wants to play. He wants, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just crazy. Like I said, he gets annoyed. Like if I don't take him for a walk when I'm supposed to take him for a walk, he does dumb shit. He take the little towel that hangs on the little handle of the stove. He'll take that shit. He'll pull that shit on the floor, and I'm like, why are you doing that shit, bro? What the towel did to you? I guess that's his way of getting my attention. You heard? That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, freshie. That shit. I had a Rottweiler for 9 years. You heard? And when I lost her, bro, that shit devastated me, bro. Sheesh. I would like dogs a lot more if them motherfuckers live for 30, 40 years. You heard? Yeah, when they don't get their weight, I'm telling you, bro, that my dog be pulling my fucking pillows off my bed and pushes my sneakers under the fucking bed and shit like that. I'm like, bro, the nigga wants to go take a walk and shit like that. And it be fucking pouring rain outside sometimes. If it's pouring and I'm like, yo, God forbid I don't know it's raining. And I put his harness on and his leash and I open the door to take him out and it's pouring outside and I gotta bring him back in. Yo, I won't take the harness off him. I'll take the leash off. But he'll go and lay down and he'll huff, bro, like I want to fuck this nigga up. Like that's how I feel like that's what he's thinking in his head. Like, oh, if I could take something and hit him with like he huffs like dead ass. I'm like this little bitch ass motherfucker, man. Like, bro, it's raining outside, bro. Yeah, they got Yeah, they got Yo, listen, I had an oregano plant, right? I got some plants in the crib and shit like that, but I had an oregano plant. Oregano plant. It grew up. They used to grow up like down, like down the side of the pot and the outside of the pot, and then grow up. Kind of, I don't know, weird. It's some weird shit. But it wouldn't stay in the pot. It would always grow out of the pot and then up. Yo, this motherfucker go sit next to the window. I would tell him no. He don't fuck with none of the other plants. I think it was because of the oregano one, bro. And he ate them all. He ate them all. Like I started noticing like some of the like sometimes it will have 4 or 5 leaves on one little vine joint. It still has, I've noticed leaves start, disappearing, but I wouldn't be able to catch him until I caught him. And I'm like, bro, kill my fucking plant, you heard? He loves oregano. I wonder if he was smoking that shit. Yo, one good thing though, like when I first got him, if I would leave, he started to want to chew on the door frame, the bottom of the door frame. My boy was like, "Yo, put some Tabasco sauce on that shit before you leave." So that's what I did. Cause he gnawed on that shit to the wood. So I put some Tabasco sauce. When I went and stepped out, when I came back, he left that shit right alone. He never chewed on nothing. Thank God. You know what I'm saying? He never chewed like I don't give a fuck about the oregano plant. But that ass, he must have been like, "Holy shit, what the fuck was that?" You know what I'm saying? I know, yo, um, my kid's mom's sister's husband, their family over there. She went, my ex-wife's sister went to have a baby, and they left their pit bull in the house. Well, they left it in a kennel. They were in the hospital. The dog knew me and my ex-wife. He was like, "Yo, can you come to the house and let the dog?" His name was Zeke. He's like, "Yo, can y'all go let Zeke out? He has to use the bathroom. We've been here for like 5 hours, 6 hours. He must gotta please." So we're like, "All right." The dog used to be cool. He used to come to my house. Man, we go over there. We take the dog out the kennel. We take him outside. He does his business. We bring him back in. We go to put him back in the kennel. He wasn't trying to hear that shit. He was a pit bull. He started growling at us. I'm not about to, yo, I'm talking about he was mad. Like, bitch, I'm not getting in that kennel. Like, he was growling like, you get in the fucking kennel type shit. I'm like, nah, I'm not touching that nigga. So I'm like, fuck it, just close up all the doors and leave him in the living room. He lives here. He's, he's been here for a year. I don't know how long he was there already. He wasn't like brand new or nothing. He's gotta know he can't chew on shit. We left that motherfucker in the living room. Yo, they had a brand new couch, love seat. The dog took the whole love seat, the whole arm. I'm talking about he chewed that shit to the wood. Oh my god, I felt so bad. Like when the husband's name was Rick, when he called me and told me like, yo, you ain't, cause I told him, I'm like, yo, bro, the dog was growling at me. He wasn't letting me put him in the kennel. He wasn't going for that shit, bro. He's like, you serious? I'm like, bro, like growling, showing me his teeth, bro. I'm not about to get, like, he used the bathroom at least. I did you that favor. Like, I wasn't about to touch him. Missy wasn't gonna touch him. So we left him in the living room. He's like, I hope he don't bite and chew nothing. He chewed a couple of his wife's sandals and shit before. I'm like, yeah, those are sandals though, bro. Like, that shit ain't nothing. Good evening, Nicole. Yo, when he called me, he's like, bro, he sent me pictures of that fucking love seat. Bro, the whole cushion part, like the material, gone. Like, he destroyed that shit to the wood. Like, he was gnawing on the wood. You heard? I'm like, nah, that's crazy. You heard? I would have been devastated. So what? When AJ was little, when AJ and Christian are 20 months to the day apart. I don't know. I don't remember how. Maybe 3 years old. AJ might have been 3, maybe 4. Me and Missy was sleeping. AJ got up man early, climbed out the. He had a toddler bed. Got Christian out the crib. This motherfucker. No, Christian was already crawling and shit like that. This nigga took the big thing of petroleum jelly. When they got when they did the baby shower, somebody gave us a big, like the big ass jar of Vaseline. You heard? DBN, what's the word? Yo, AJ took the whole thing of Vaseline. I'm talking about my Rottweiler was shiny for like a month or two. We had just got some sofas. He took the Vaseline and he smeared it on the sofas. Like, emptied the whole shit on my dog and the sofas. Like, when we try to clean the sofas, there was no clean. I said, there was so much Vaseline on it. When we would push on the material, we were poking our fingers through the material. You heard? Oh, but he was too little to, you know what I'm saying, yoke up and shit like that. You heard? They wasn't letting, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like the 90s when, you could, like, my mom was beating my ass for like the 80s. You heard? It's just the early 2000s. We couldn't do nothing like that. Man, we was mad as a motherfucker about that shit. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Yo, DBN, what happened on your panel? I fell asleep. You heard? When I woke up, you had ended your shit. That shit got crazy, or that shit was just chill? Yo, I was on YouTube. I'm like, ain't nobody live. Ain't nobody live. Let me go live for a little bit and just talk a little bit of shit. You heard? I've been talking shit for 39 minutes about absolutely nothing. Yo, I heard tonight, boy, I don't want to really give him no fucking shine, you heard? Because he be doing, I don't know, I be feeling like, the one that told, yeah, the one that told KT, yo, you a big dog around here. You could hit it whenever, you heard? Remember that dude a couple days ago? Him, I heard him say he's gonna do a live tonight, man. Like the original OGs of the Dirty Sector from like 2011, 2012 are gonna pull up and they're gonna straighten everybody out. And all the newcomers that came within the last 5 years are gonna have a seat on the side, and they setting niggas straight. They was up there wilding China Mac. They wilding China Mac up right now. You heard about the Chinese people that killed that little boy in the gas station, and he got not the not guilty shit. The son and the father chased the little kid down, the little black kid, and they killed him. and he just got found not guilty. China Mac did a video about that shit, saying, you know what I'm saying? That dude don't represent all us Asians. You know what I'm saying? Like he did that shit. I don't agree why he did and shit like that. They was over there a minute ago wilding boy trying to Mac up. You heard? He wasn't over there, but they was, you know what I'm saying? Exposing him apparently. And he posted some shit this morning. Damn, what they call him? Humble salute. Oh, G is live? Yeah, I was wondering when somebody was gonna go live. I'm telling you, if I lay down and start watching TV, I'm gonna fall asleep. So I'm like, let me go live for a little bit. You heard? I did the vertical earlier, but I'm like, damn, I should have did it on this channel because, yo, yeah, Deviant, they're gonna he said that tonight at 10 o'clock. Tonight at 10 o'clock. I'm assuming 9 o'clock my time. It should have started already. All the OGs was gonna pull up over there and they was gonna set what's his name? I'm assuming it's Mano's Peoples, that Tennessee dude. I said all these people are gonna pull up and they were gonna you know, I'm assuming they were talking about Sage because they're like, yo, motherfuckers saying they started the sector 5 years ago and y'all don't know nothing. We, you know, you're talking a little crazy, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna play the bushes over there. You heard? Yeah, nah, KT don't fuck with me. You heard? KT throwing subliminal shots and fucking in chats and comments and shit like that. He's putting praying hands and shit like that. Like, like he knows what he's doing. Shout out to KT. I be fucking with KT. I like KT though. KT good people. You heard? I was saying that shit earlier. Like when shit was spooky for me out here. Like you know what I'm saying? KTB, yo, y'all know KT's motto over there. No free promotion. And KT promoted me mad times for free. Facts. KT said he hits the link. Pause. For anybody that has hit his link, you heard? So just to let y'all know, you know what I'm saying? If dude does go up, damn, what they call him? Yo, DBN, what they call boy? The dude with the long ass dreadlocks. I know the name of the channel, but they call him something else too. Damn, I can't remember his fucking name, what they call him. Yeah, you was wildin', son. He dropped you. I thought you left. But that's what I was saying. I was saying that to somebody earlier. I'm like, yo, when people were going on his panel and he didn't really know me and they was trying to slander me and say some foul shit about me, he was taking them off. Like, get up out of here. Yeah, but yo, yeah, you got mad as a not mad. I feel you. Like, man, fuck all that talking shit. You heard? Like, yo, you had him so sick he stopped talking to you and he started talking to me in the chat. Yeah, that's a fact. KT's a real one. That's a fact. That's a fact. Because when I told him about the whole John shit, rest in peace, John. Um, I had told him that, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to do something on my shit for him. I told him to let me know, but he never said nothing. Miss Shirley, salute. That's a fact. You heard? And I hit his panel and I'm like, yo, you check your DM. And when he read that shit, I was like, yo, keep that shit low. He was like, nah, he ain't never say nothing. You heard? He could have said something, you know. Some of these, I'm not saying everybody, because a bunch of people knew and they held it down and shit like that. But some people that want content, if I would have told that shit to the wrong person, they would have made content. You heard? Respectfully. That's a fact. And, you know, John wasn't here that long, but for the little bit of time he was here, people fucked with him. You know what I'm saying? People fucked with him. You know what I'm saying? They, yeah, I remember. I remember he called me. Yeah, that's just crazy. That's just crazy because he told me behind the scenes, like, yo, I be over there supporting Jess, or he'll tell me, he's like, yo, I saw you was in the chat and shit like that, but you didn't type no more. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes if I'm on the move, I see the notification. It's not that I'm on YouTube. I'll just like earlier, I seen Ty was on. I looked at my phone and had this notification that she was on, so I just clicked it. It took me right to her live. You know what I'm saying? I saluted, I hit the like, and I kept it pushing. That's a fact. I remember he called me when me and him got into an argument on YouTube, right? He called me. He was like, yo, go to Uplaga. Shout out to Uplaga. He was like, yo, go to Uplaga's page. And I'm like, I think it was Paperboy. I'm almost positive it was Paperboy. He's like, yo, go over there real quick. Look at his post. He said, I made it. I said, what you mean? I went and looked, and it was a picture of me and John John, like, face to face, beefing and shit like that. I started dying, you heard? Motherfuckers that get you mad, though, like, just to come up here and just talk shit. Like, if you don't want to talk shit to somebody, and somebody's just talking wild shit about you and yours, and it's a dude, like, you might engage a little bit, but it gets to the point where you're like, man, fuck, and you start saying some wild, disrespectful shit to try to, that's a fact. That's a fact. That KT dropped DBN super quick, twice. DBN was on demon time. Oh, shit. So I'm saying, sometimes this YouTube shit can get to you. You know what I'm saying? That shit become fucking, you trying to go into somebody's chat and just, cool out and shit like that. And then next thing somebody says, look, I'm telling you, he's going at it with DBN up there. You know what I'm saying? I was trolling a little bit in the chat, but I wasn't saying nothing crazy. He was, I wasn't about to get up there because Mac was up there, DBN was up there. I'm like, I'm not about to get up there and all three of us is fucking arguing and jumping him and shit like that. I'm saying, but that shit was funny though. That shit was funny as hell though. KT brought you back up and you just went. It's like, I don't know. Did you realize that he had put you backstage? Because when he brought you back up, it's like you didn't even stop talking. It was like you were still talking shit from backstage. Yo, I don't like that shit. I'm not saying KT, but I'm saying though, that shit's been done to me. I've been on a panel arguing with somebody, and when I like look at the screen, I can tell that I'm not on the panel no more. I'm like, I've been arguing for like 3-4 minutes nonstop, yelling and shit like that, and can't nobody even hear me. Man, that's some bullshit. You heard? Shout out to YouTube. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. This week, damn, the I Smoke nigga, man, what's his fucking name? They call him something. Well, if he does the live tonight, there's gonna be some content next week, tomorrow morning. Oh, you wasn't back there talking shit? Yeah, yo, Justin, you know what's crazy? When you're looking at your phone, you don't really realize that you're not on the panel. If you're just going off, that shit happened to me last year. When this whole shit broke out, when they started slandering me, and bless one, DBN, good looking. Uh, he's supposed to do a live tonight. If he does that shit, there's about to be some shit stirred up tomorrow. You heard? Last year, I was on somebody's panel arguing, and I didn't even realize. I don't even know how long I was yelling for. The person I was arguing with two people that were talking like mad loud. So I was like talking mad aggressive, and I look at the TV and I only see three people up there. I don't even see my avatar up there no more. And I look down and I'm like, these sons of bitches. Now fuck all that shit. You do your own life, can't a bitch take you down? Unless you're up here and they strike your shit, you know what I'm saying? Can't nobody take me down. Fuck that. I'm doing my own shit. That's a fact. Somebody asked me, like, yo, what does the HLTT stand for? And I'm like, that's me trolling control. Control of the lady, Henny loves the toto. Fuck out of here. Fuck you mean? Shout out to KT though. He's a good sport though, you heard? I know he's in the bushes probably screen recording this shit. Let me tell you something about KT too. He's surgical. You heard? Unless somebody's really like talking shit, then he might, pull up to the bushes and, make his presence known. But like he'll sit back and he'll screen record and he'll hear you talk about certain shit and you won't even think about it. And in 6 months, let me come up on his panel and be like, fuck them chickens. And like I was talking about chickens earlier, right? He'll pull up a clip of me saying, man, I'm not gonna fucking raise chickens to just kill them to eat them and shit. He'll put some shit out that you don't even remember of, and yeah, but look what you said here. You be like, yo, how'd you get that? Cause you be in the bushes watching. That's dead ass. Tell me I'm lying. Shit. You get in like KT go. Shout out to KT. KT goes to DBS panel, and we start trolling each other. And I say some shit, and he be like, nah, you bullshitting. Nah, you lying, KT. Yo, tomorrow he's making a whole movie and a song with clips of me saying what I just said I didn't never say, that I said last year. In a chat that he wasn't even in. That's a fact. That's a fact. He moves very surgical. That's a fact. He moves very surgical. Very surgical. Very surgical. And you know who I just realized moves like that too? And shout out to her because I don't got no smoke with her. Unruly. Unruly has any like I don't know if you ever remember when shout out to Tay. I remember Unruly and Tay was about to go at it on my live and shit this past December, right? I'm almost positive that somehow, some way she's got that live. You heard? That's a fact. Yeah, because he's doing I think he's leading on to that shit. You heard? He's doing that whole China Max shit, but he said tonight at 10 o'clock. I don't know if he's in my time zone, you heard? It's only 9:37 over here. But he did say if you look at his shorts, his latest short, he talks about go watch his latest short. You'll see exactly what he's talking about. Yeah, Unruly is reckless. Unruly is reckless. I fuck with her. She got that straight. She got that New York energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? She cutting something. You heard? But from last night, from what I heard, she got receipts too. You heard? She got receipts. Like, I was saying this not too long ago. I don't see Venny pulling up to nobody's lives. Venny will pull up to DBNs for the most part. He pull up once in a while to Mac Means. I don't ever see, or he'll do his own lives. I don't ever see him pulling up nowhere. So how I would never in life even think that he even knows who Unruly is. You heard? But after last night, oh shit, I'm like, what? Yeah, Humble goes live. Humble be having some cool lives, music. She'll play like 90s reggae and hip hop and R&B and there's not, bro. There's not. He was talking about earlier about if you're still talking about Bless One, he's talking about he has a plaque and all that shit. And to me that's an achievement, especially you know what I'm saying, if you're doing this dirty sector shit and you got that many subscribers, like why are you even over here? Fuck everybody. Yeah, hey yo, DBN. I see that now. I see that now. And obviously she has to smoke with Benny, you heard? With my you know what I'm saying? What he said he's my wetback brother? Yo, he ain't shit, yo. He ain't shit. That shit was crazy when I heard him say that. You heard? He went Venezuela. Yo, when I heard Rudy say that shit yesterday, I'm like, oh nah. She be having receipts. She must have like what you call that shit, one of them things you plug into your computer, a flash drive full of shit. Because I'm gonna keep it real with you. If I screen record some shit, like after a few months, I'll look and I'm like, why do I got this? And I'll delete it. I'm not about to keep nothing. I don't do shit like that unless I need that shit for legal purposes. I don't keep nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Dead ass. I don't. Having a whole life from fucking 4 years ago. No way. Yo, just listen, right? I'm not trying to bring up old shit with the whole foot pick shit, right? But that was one of the issues that I had that right that I'm like, I don't have to delete threads. Some people have to delete them because they be hiding shit. If that shit that is not occupied, like if I don't think about it, I got threads for years already. You know what I'm saying? That I've had for years. I can go back to 2018 in some of my threads, 2017. The people that have threads for long threads, uh, depending on who they are, that shit can be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless you keep it real. You know what I'm saying? If you're not out here trying to slander nobody or put something on somebody else, and you know what I'm saying, you try to put some shit on me, and you say that I said some foul shit or that I did, I'm showing no. You're not gonna show part of the thread. No, you're not showing. No, if you're gonna show something, you're gonna show all of it. You're not just gonna say this and not show that. No way. I got the whole thread. You heard? But I'm not like that. Like, look, even with the whole, look, some people were saying that I was on some revenge shit, right? Um, nah, that's why you put your facial recognition. You heard? I don't have nothing to hide. I don't listen. The only time you should be deleting stuff is respectfully. We're all adults here. If you got pictures in your camera roll that you personally taken of yourself and they're inappropriate pictures, then I will understand. Yeah, your kid might get the phone. Your kid might be, oh my God, mom, where's your shirt? You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're doing that, that's different. Do you send that shit and you delete it? But like so I don't know, like some stuff. They were saying that I was doing some revenge shit. How? I've never showed anybody any pics. I've never shared anybody's pic with nobody. I don't do shit like that. I'm not into that shit. I mean, I get it. I understand. You know, some people look at shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at it. I just, you know what I'm saying? I don't do it maliciously or nothing. You know what I'm saying? If the person changed their contact, you know, I'll delete that and add their new contact and shit like that. But like, besides, I don't really be thinking about shit like that. I do go through my camera roll and I delete my old shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when you edit a video in CapCut, that shit automatically saves to your phone eventually, and it saves in CapCut too. So I could delete that shit on my phone, and if I need it, it's over there. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, the person that was slandering me last year said, yo, I've never talked to this dude. He got on the panel, he was like, yo, I swear to my mother, I never talked to, I might have talked to this person twice. And this was in the last year. This was like the last couple months. This was last year he said that. And I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? You told me you prayed for me and all this crazy shit. No, you fucking lying. I'm like, well, I'm lying. All right. And I went into my messenger threads and I went and I looked and I looked and I looked and I found that motherfucker. And I went into the thread and I fucking took a screen recording and I posted it up here. Don't tell lying to these fucking people. Fucking saying that you never did. Shit goes back to 2021. Don't lie to these people. You did. You did that. You over here lying on me saying that you don't even talk to me, B. That's crazy. That's the shit that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? But like to be like, oh, nah, we're not doing that. Like I'm not showing people you send me a foot pic or some shit like that. I'm gonna be fucking put. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not into that shit. Yo, DVN. All I'm gonna say is, if that group chat has, first of all, make sure there's no fellas in the group chat, my nigga, because I'm telling you right now, son, I'm I'm cursing you out and I'm blocking you, hurt from all devices, all chats, everything, respectfully. Another thing, if somebody that don't fuck with you that's in that group chat gets a hold of that shit, you guess whose content this whole summer and fall and part of the winter, you heard? That's crazy. You don't listen. And you can't even trust a motherfucker on FaceTime. I'll do it on FaceTime. It's not sending a picture. There's screenshots. You heard? They can take a screenshot. Bang, 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 bang. Screenshot the shit out of shit. You heard? That shit's crazy. The best thing you could do, DVN, if you're gonna do shit like that, go to Snapchat or on Instagram. You swipe up until you see that the disappearing messages come on. That way, if you send something and they screenshot it or they save it, because they won't be able to save your picture. If you swipe up, the disappearing mode will come on. That means it'll delete after, you know what I'm saying, they open it. And if you won't be able to save the picture. And if they take a screenshot, it alerts you. Yo, such and such took a screenshot of your, Matruskivity. You heard? Respectfully. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yo, Snapchat, and Instagram, it be on some sneaky shit, right? Like, like, yo, the motherfuckers thought about that shit. Like, yo, let's make a option on your shit so you can set it. So the picture when for the people that cheat and shit like that, not supposed to be doing this stuff, they send stuff, and then that shit disappears. And if they happen to take a screenshot, it alerts the other person so they know. You heard? You basically they take a screenshot and alert you, yo, right then and there to say such and such took a screenshot. It's not like you can fucking go in the phone and delete it. Once the screenshot is taken, they got the screenshot. You just know about it, and you call them and you be like, yo, that's foul. That's foul. You just took a screenshot, you know. But there's nothing you could do. It's not like it alerts you and then you could, delete it real fast. No, they just telling you, yo, basically it's telling you, yo, bruh, you just fucked yourself. You heard? For real. That's what it does. Jess, I'm telling you, you go to Instagram and swipe up. You swipe or down. You swipe down your chat down. No, like not like, the opposite way. Like so you can't scroll. I think it's up. You swipe up, like you swipe the screen up hard, and you'll see that it's gonna say disappearing mode on, and then you do it again, and it turns it off. Respectfully. But if you do like right, if you go in your DM right now, like if I send you a picture like of my dog, right? You can hit the little arrow and save it to your camera roll. You can do that. But if you go into your camera roll and swipe up and goes to disappearing mode, if I send you a picture of my dog, you won't be able to hit that arrow to save the picture. You'll if you want to keep it, you'll have to take a screenshot. But the minute you take that screenshot, it's gonna let me know, yo, Justice played you. You heard? Your, your content, my dude. Yo, whoever runs Instagram and Snapchat, it's some cheating sons of bitches. You heard? Respectfully. They've been caught out there. They've been caught out there before. You heard? Shout out to them though. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen people turn that shit on, and I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers on some sneaky shit. But then they turn that shit back off because I've done that shit by mistake too. I've activated it, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'll deactivate it. That's a fact. Everybody's on Instagram right now swiping up. Y'all niggas ain't shit. Y'all niggas ain't shit. If y'all can hear me, y'all ain't shit. Shout out to y'all, you heard? everybody's everybody's disappearing mode joint is on. Activated, you heard? Oh shit. And there's some people in the bushes that like, oh, I've been knowing about that shit, you heard? But a lot of people didn't know about it. And yo, she got quiet real quick. Everybody's like, oh shit. I could have been to that. Yeah, do that. If y'all here sending feet pics or what's the name of that song? The elbows, knees, and toes, or some shit like that. Whatever y'all sending, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And every time y'all send it, y'all be like, please, God, y'all pray. There you go. Y'all can just do that and not really have to worry about the shit. Yo, I've been up here for an hour though. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get up off here. I just wanted to get up here for an hour. Appreciate everybody that came through and showed love. Hit the like button. Uh, anybody that, you know what I'm saying, learned about the disappearance shit, shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Use that shit if need be. Don't get caught out there. The dirty sector is hot. I don't even think it's summertime yet. Yo, I'm being serious though. I'm being serious though. Yo, believe it or not, I've seen people like, yo, what the fuck does that disappearance shit mean? And I'm like, this means, they're like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, yeah, take a screenshot. They're like, oh shit, that's crazy. Um, that's what I'm saying. Isn't it like the 21st or some shit like that? Um, it's not even summer, and shit's already. You know what I'm saying? It's already crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to yo the whoever invented that feature for Instagram and Snapchat. They definitely won the dirty sector before. You heard? Definitely facts. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate everybody that pulled up. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you around. You heard? You have a blessed evening.